forget about the pain.
Listening to this, it's hard not to feel something. Trauma, addiction, mental illness, none of this sounds fake. This is someone who's clearly done real work on herself. And for a moment, you start thinking, maybe prison isn't the answer.
Just numb myself out. I didn't know how else to deal with that. And when I got on my mental health meds, and I have bipolar, I have PTSD, and my mind back then was very chaotic. And I just want to say, after I had my mental health meds, I was able to go through treatment at Santa Maria in Houston, and that place really saved my life. I did extensive 90-day treatment with trauma counselors. It was a trauma-informed community there. And also, when I completed that, I worked an outpatient program, but I still lived on their facility. I went to the sex trafficking and recovery program, and I was in that for about 8 months, where I got the state paid for the counseling for trauma still. And I just worked really hard in that. I got a job while I was in there. And then once that program was over, I moved to a sober living facility in Oxford House in Spring, and I worked there. And so I felt like I was strong enough to come home and do what I needed to do. And I was in the complete program for right out of here. And I'm sorry, I'm very nervous today. And I know that my past record is, like Ryan said, atrocious. But you know, the things that I had to deal with within myself from when I was a little girl, those are things that you don't go to prison, even in their programs there, that you don't talk about. It's just, you just don't. And I'm asking you, please do not send me back to prison.
This is the part that gets judges in trouble emotionally. When someone finally sounds like they get it. Because change can be real, but timing matters. And history matters.
I want to move forward. I have moved forward in my life. And this year that I've been in jail has given me more time to think and know that I am definitely headed in the right direction. I have a sponsor. I attend AA at home. I had moved on with my life as far as I could with my sobriety. I mean, I knew this charge was out there. And I think I made some really good choices with my Mid-County AA friends. They've helped me a lot. And I am open to anything. I will abide by all the rules and do anything that's asked of me. And I think, I know now that I'm responsible and capable of taking care of my business and my life.
This judge isn't interrupting her pain. He's acknowledging it. But he's also reminding everyone watching that his job isn't just about second chances. It's about who's safe when you walk outside tomorrow.
Ms. Malfino probably said it yet best, and I get this often, and they don't envy my position, and this is the worst part of my job. But I worked hard to get here, and it's my job. Part of my job, it's several things, and it's to look at, obviously defendants and giving chances and things like that, but it also is about making our community safe.
And then the number drops. 10, not 2, not 3, 10 DWIs. That's when the room changes. That's when empathy collides head-on with responsibility.
DWI.
At this point, the court shifts from personal mitigation to formal sentencing record. Prior convictions play a central role in determining whether continued probation is legally appropriate.
It's not your fifth. It's not your 8th. It's the 10th.
This might be one of the hardest things a judge can say. We're lucky no one's dead. Because it's not an insult. It's a fact. And facts don't bend for progress that came too late.
And while I understand the trauma that you went through, that you've been to safe P 3 times, you've been given opportunities on probation where they were revoked. You've had opportunities while you were on parole to do what you have done now. And while I appreciate what you've done, and I think that's great, and my goal isn't to, to stop any improvement, but I can't, in my opinion, in good faith, go home tonight, look myself in the mirror and say I gave somebody on their 10th DWI that your last sentence was for 15 years in prison. The one before that was for 10. The one before that, you've gone to another 10 year back in 09. I mean, this goes back to the 90s.
18 years. Not because the judge hates her. Not because recovery doesn't matter. But because the system already rolled the dice 9 times and the community survived by luck.
While you're on parole for that one, you get another one. So they give you 15 years and you get out and you're on parole and you do it again. The fact is, we're just lucky that you haven't killed someone in our community 9 times over, being given opportunities. I just can't do it.
This is what accountability looks like when compassion has already been exhausted. Tragic, necessary, and deeply uncomfortable.
That shows this was an agreement. You've waived your right to appeal. I'm also handing you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession, because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. You should read the written admonishment I provide you. If you have any questions about that, you can talk to Mr. Gertz. And Ms. Welch, I take no pleasure in this. This is extremely difficult for me. I understand to some extent addiction, and I understand that you are on a better path. However, there have been plenty of opportunities in the past where you were on a better path and you got back out and you got back on our roads again. And so
this concludes the sentencing portion of the hearing. Bench Breakdown focuses on courtroom proceedings, legal process, and outcomes. Subscribe for additional court footage and case breakdowns.